Just found out my wife has been cheating with her childhood boyfriend after 16 years. I'm not using my actual user for this, but I feel a need to share my story. I've talked to close friends about it, my family, but hoping to get some advice and insights on here too. I know the Reddit community is also a wholesome place. So here it goes. We've been together for 16 years, married for about 6. We have 2 small kids, younger than 6 years old. For the past 2+ years, I've been dragging her through a depression. She hasn't had an easy life, and there were periods where her darkest thoughts crossed her mind, but we got through each time. The day of her marriage was bliss, and we were so much in love. After the birth of our second child, though, she started changing. Going back to the person she was as a teen. Dark, moody, short-tempered, I noticed. This a bit late since I was mostly busy with our kids and had a talk with her. At first, she denied everything, stating that she was just tired and life's burden was a bit much. But as time moved on, she declined rapidly. About a year ago, she admitted having plans to commit suicide. She did not go through with them because of our kids, and I took it upon myself to keep helping her through this, even taking in some of the blame for her suffering. I went to a psychologist myself and tried to remain strong. Some time ago, we had a discussion as to where our relationship was going. There were good fun periods and then times where we wouldn't even talk. At that moment, admitted that she wasn't happy anymore and didn't want to continue our marriage. So that was the first hit I took, and it was rough. So many thoughts, racing through my head, about the kids, our house, my future, her depressed state. We argued, we talked, we made practical decisions up until about a week ago. I kept wondering what had happened that made her want to leave her family. I should have asked her if there was anyone else. Now, this is the part that hit me the hardest. And I have no clue how to proceed with it next to some advice from friends and family. She was seeing someone else. Also, a guy who is married and even has a small child. Apparently born during the affair with my wife. Now, as hard as hitting as all this is, I started looking into it. And this guy is someone she hooked up with in her teens. This was also a period where she was in a really dark place. And he even stalked her. For some time. It now appears he never gave up and found her in her weakened state and started to take advantage of her. I'm not looking for a redeeming factor to save our marriage. That's over. I'm looking for ways to process this for myself and maybe to loosen his grip on her so it doesn't affect our kids. He has manipulated her. Has no intentions of starting a relationship but only uses her for sex. He doesn't speak to her for ends on time, but she is on his back-end call. When he ignores her, she goes into a downward spiral. When he acknowledges her, she's happy. Well, not really, but that's how it seems. For the moment, we're still living together trying to take all the steps to end our marriage and move out. But I need a way to cope with this, but the fact that her depression is fed by him, that he's been to our house and that he used my wife for over a year. We've got some community advice, and then we've got an update. Cranich starts us off with, start with the practical things, get tested for CDs now, and in 3 months, meet with a lawyer, protect your interests in the coming divorce. Protect your assets by opening your own bank account and transferring half of everything to it. Regarding your wife, there's nothing you can do to help her. You already did everything you could. And she still made the decision to not care about you. Inform her parents about the state she is in. Maybe they can help her. She can only get out of the funk she's in with professional help. You now need to protect yourself, your interests, and the kids. Stop trying to help her. Focus on the kids and try to spend as much time with them as possible. Find a new apartment or house, or you can move to ASAP. The quicker you get some distance between you and the quicker you can start to heal. If you know her affair partner, then inform his wife about what her husband does. She has a right to know and get tested for rest of these as well. Who knows if your wife is the only one he uses to betray his wife. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way. 20 Minutes Adventure wanted to chime in too. This is some sound advice. And yes, you are worth so much more. I sadly recognize the situation you are in. She needs help, but you do too. After all this, you'll be the 100% committed to the kids and y'all allow happiness into your life again. In regards to telling that affair partner's wife, I'd wait till everything is in order and you're no longer living with each other. She deserves to know, but you have a lot to take care of with your wife right now. Take it one day at a time. That's what I am trying, and I do get angry. Sad, but surround yourself with people that care. Don't try talking it all out with your wife. She clearly gave up on you. Don't give up on yourself. You are worth so much more. Kraunik responded back with, I would argue with you about waiting to tell the affair partner's wife, but that it is a decision Op has to make and he should decide which action will be best for him. Aside from that, Op, please don't bottle your emotions up. Let them out. Cry when you are sad and punch a pillow when you're angry. Do that when no one else is in the room. Please don't drink any alcohol or take drugs. They won't help you. You need to clear your head now more than ever. Look for people that you trust, like family and friends, and talk to them. Tell them what happened and ask them for support. Op finally gets it. God, this reply has hit me right where it needed to. It's such a painful process letting go over. Even after all of this. I'm not trying to sing my own praises, but my environment and even some of her friends all tell me that I'm worth more. That I always aspire to do the best for my loved ones, and I'm a great father and husband. Hearing those things do help, but they're so hard to believe at this time. The stop trying to help her is something I need to get embroidered on my pillowcase or something, because that's something I've desperately tried to do. Everyone is telling me to stop doing that, and my focus is on my kids when they're around 100%. I try to be the best father. But I'm also still trying to be a good husband while they're not around, but that second part should be time focused on myself. The STD test didn't even cross my mind at first, but dang. It does now. And now he's got an update for us. Let's see what happens. Finding out about the infidelity has crushed me. We had a happy marriage, but the past period has weighed me down so much. I'm scared out of my mind about what comes next. Afraid I won't trust anyone, that I won't give anyone an honest chance. I know it's still early days since it all happened, but I need some kind of way to look forward. One day at a time now, and more each day. Up until now, I've not been a person with low self-esteem. I'm not a bad-looking guy. I know my way with words, and I've always been able to connect with women better than with men. But up until now, my past relationships have been with the damage to girls or women. For some reason, I always want to heal them. I want to break that pattern, but my self-esteem has taken a huge blow because it appears that I'm not sufficient, that I'm unable to meet someone's needs. At least that's how it feels. I've always thought that all was fine in that respect, but now I'll be second-guessing that at every opportunity. I'm not ready for any relationship. Let's be clear. I need to take time for myself, but I'm looking for ways to drag myself out of the hole I dug. And where she dumped all this over me, getting me stuck in that hole. Our response to the update comes from Change 2001. I'm sorry that you found yourself in the situation. She may try to turn the blame on you by blaming you for not being there for her or needing attention. That is BS and just attempting to deflect blame for her actions. First, realize that you did nothing to deserve this. Your wife made the choice to cheat on you and put your feelings and relationship secondary to their desires. If your wife has been cheating on your marriage, it is best to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Speak with a divorce lawyer to find out your rights and options. First, understand it was not a mistake that she made. It was a series of choices she made to cheat. The choice did not shut down any flirting. The choice did not stop an appropriate physical contact, such as hugs, touches, kisses, etc. The choice to contemplate an affair. The choice to disregard the harm it would do to their current relationship and their family. The choice to have an affair. The choice to meet for the affair. The choice to remove clothes. The choice to have sex. And the daily choice to lie about everything from the very beginning to the very end until you finally found out. Plus, The trickled truth: lies and lies by omission. Demand all the contact to be immediately cut with the affair partner. No more contact in any form whatsoever will be tolerated. Demand access to all electronic devices at all times to check for inappropriate contact and messages. When you get pushed back about it violating their privacy, remind them that they destroyed the trust, and if they want to save the marriage, this is a requirement. Inform them that it is going to take a long time to restore your trust. And that if you think they are continuing to hide things, then it will be harder for trust to be re-established. Demand to post an actual agreement if you do not have a prenup, and include any infidelity clause where she basically forfeits everything as she cheats again. In some states, you can sue the affair partner for alienation of affection. If you win, it awards you money for the affair partner for stealing your spouse's affection from you. If there are children involved, demand a paternity test. Expect your wife to push back on this. Probably she will claim you don't trust her. Remind her that she cheated and lied to you about the affair. Don't give in on this. Get the paternity test. Hopefully, the children are yours. However, if it turns out you are not the father, this will provide support for claims of infidelity during your marriage if it goes to divorce. Immediately separate your finances into an account that only you have access to, not her. Cancel all joint credit cards. Remove her from your life, health, and car insurance. Lock your credit to prevent anything from being opened in your name. Also, secure all important papers, driver's licenses, passports, birth certificates, etc. Get an STD or STI check. Keep all correspondence with her to prove what is said. Only meet in public to ensure witnesses for behavior in case she tries to make false claims. If one-party recording is legal in your state, do it. To have proof of what's said also. Set up security cameras with audio around the house and inside. Make sure the data is secured online, or she cannot access it. Check the cell phone records for a list of calls and texts with the affair partner. If you have cloud online storage, check for pictures and documents about the affair. Print out everything so you have proof in case it is deleted later. Make a few copies and keep one in a secure location that your significant other does not have access. Only you have access. Let all her friends and family know exactly why you threw her out of the house. Let everyone know you caught them screwing in your house. Get ahead of her trying to turn it on you. Do not let her try to blame you for the situation. There is some good and bad info out there. Find the good information to help you. Read chumplady.com for good insight. Best wishes. Remember, you deserve better. This hit the OP right in the smacker. That part about it not being a mistake she made is going to echo through my mind for the foreseeable future. In a good way, mind you, because I totally agree that this wasn't some mistake. She's trying to deflect or redirect everything, but I already thought you didn't love me as much. And that kind of, well, BS. As my friends clearly pointed out, me being there for her, for all this time, should have showed her I still did care. She tells me she's unable to stop seeing him, but keeps waiting on him. And now I'm dragged into the affair, kicking and screaming, trying to get her, and it seems me out. I need to stop doing that. A friend of mine is keeping all the evidence I've been able to track down. So when I do want to call upon that, I'll be able to use it. Thanks for the kind words and advice. I'm now looking into all those things. It's really a roller coaster being angry, hurt, emotional, but also needing to be rational about these things. It helps to see it in writing and taking it to heart.